Hi, it's Mike Williams. Thanks for listening in. Goodness, learning a lot, I hope. I certainly am. I wanted to talk to you just a few minutes in this segment about the teaching of the law. You know, we have a lot of teachers of the law. Paul said that those that teach the law don't know what they're saying nor what they are affirming. So that's a very powerful statement to say that people who teach the law don't know what they're saying and they don't know what they're affirming. Well, let me tell you about a teacher of the law who did know what he was saying and did know what he was affirming. Well, that was Jesus himself. You might be just kind of reeling right now thinking that Jesus was a teacher of the law. But I believe that it is important to understand that Jesus not only taught the law, Jesus should have been the last teacher of the law to ever be. I think that's why Paul addressed people who were teaching the law afterwards. He said, you don't know what you're affirming, and you don't know the outcome of this. You don't know what you're doing when you're teaching the law. You don't even know what you're saying. But Jesus did know what he was saying. When you go through the teachings of Jesus, it's very powerful because I remember the very first time that I embraced the reality of how condemning the teaching ministry of Jesus was. I was up teaching one time, and I asked the people, I said, you know what? I said, if you want to lose all hope that you have any hope for salvation or eternal life, just read the teachings of Jesus. Because that will take away all hope that you have any chance whatsoever. It's the teachings of Jesus in Matthew that said that you must be perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. It is Jesus who taught that you're going to be judged by every word that comes out of your mouth. It is Jesus who taught that if you don't forgive, God won't forgive you. And how can my question is, how can you give something away you don't have? So the law was just that stringent. It required you to do what you couldn't do and to give what you didn't have to prove a point. So Jesus was there proving the point. Jesus was there not to water down the law, not to fragment the law, but to keep the law in its perfection. Why would Jesus be the teacher of the law? In fact, I advocate that there never was a true teacher of the law, until Jesus. After Moses gave the law, nobody taught it. Nobody taught it. Because you don't see anybody teaching the law saying, I'm condemned. I'm condemned and the whole world is condemned. That is the only conclusion of the law. The prophet Isaiah got a revelation of it and said, there's none righteous. No, not one. That was the true conclusion of the law. That's the true conclusion of the teachings of Jesus himself. There are none righteous. No, not one. There are none righteous. So when we begin to look at the clarity of the teachings of Jesus and the requirements, and Jesus saying you're going to be judged by every word that comes out of your mouth. But then we understand that judgment took place at the cross, that Jesus took our judgment at the cross. Before we could understand the totality of the work of the cross, Jesus had to make sure we understood the totality of the conclusions of the law. Without the totality of the conclusions of the law, there is no way that you can come to the totality of the conclusions of the work of Christ. That's the reason the work of Christ is fragmented. Jesus was a great and powerful teacher of the law. So many times the questions that come to me, they say, yeah, but it says in the New Testament, and they'll go to Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, and quote something that Jesus said that you have to do this, or these people are going to make it and these aren't. And my first question back to them is, well, was it before the cross or after the cross? And of course they have to admit it was before the cross. And then my question is, don't you think that some things changed at the cross? Don't you believe that something changed at the cross? Well, Jesus said that if one single jot or tittle of the law changed, all law would be done away with. Now, all law has been done away with. Therefore, all sin has been done away with, and all righteousness has been imputed. Thanks for listening. We'll be telling you a whole lot more. You can go to gospelrevolution.com and find out a lot. There's a lot of information there, or just refer to the link that is below the page. Thank you.